She sees you long before you see her, and in less than 10 seconds she's already decided something about you, not because she's judgmental, not because she's shallow, but because she's wired for intuition. You might think you're invisible, to hear you might think you're salt and pepper. Hair, your life experience, your slower pace in a fast-paced world disqualify you. But here's what no one tells you: to the right kind of woman, those exact traits are magnetic, because women don't just look at an older man and see age. They see energy, presence, posture, tone. They feel something even before they understand what it is, and what they feel is the difference between a man who has arrived and a man who's still trying to prove himself. You see, younger men have speed. They have a muscle, they have enthusiasm, but older men, they have weight, not physical weight, emotional gravity, the kind that doesn't need to speak to be noticed, the kind that doesn't need to compete because it's already complete. But here's the truth: not all older men have that gravity, and the women who are watching, they're watching closely to see whether you do, because she's not just checking your clothes, she's reading your posture, she's feeling your stillness, she's scanning your confidence, your presence, your leadership energy before you even speak a single word. So the question is, what do women actually notice when they see an older man walk into the room? What are the very first things that spark attraction, curiosity, trust, or instantly kill it? In this video, I'm going to reveal the 9 things women notice first in older men, whether they realize it or not. And once you understand how these signals work, you'll stop trying to be younger, louder, flashier, and start embodying that quiet strength she's secretly craving. Let's begin. Welcome to STOIC Paradox, where we don't chase youth, we channel power, because being an older man isn't a disadvantage, it's a test of whether you've grown into your masculinity or if you've simply grown older without growing. So now here's something most men never realize: the moment you walk into a room, you're already being read, not in a superficial way, but in a way far deeper than logic. A woman isn't just seeing you, she's feeling you, and within the first few seconds of exposure to your presence, she's already scanning for something spiffus. Is this man safe? Is he rooted? Is he a storm, or is he a shelter? Does he carry chaos or calm? Because here's the raw truth: women are sensitive to the energy older men give off. Why? Because older men represent something different. You're no longer chasing your identity, you're not out trying to prove anything to the world, or at least you shouldn't be. You shall be anchored, self-contained, silent but observant, warm but firm, disciplined but not rigid, and above all calm inside your own skin. And this is exactly why women notice older men so sharply, not because they expect you to be perfect, but because they hope, even crave, that you'll be stable, reliable, emotionalized, mentally present, and sensual, confident without being performative. You see, younger men chase validation, they try too hard, they over-explain, overcompensate, overcompete. But an older man, if he's done the work, if he's earned excellence, he doesn't need to prove a thing. And that's where the real magnetism lives. But here's the twist: most older men fail this test because they don't realize that women notice the smallest things first: the way you hold your hands, the way your eyes rest or dart, the way you sit when no one is talking, the way you say hello, not just the words but the frequency. You're not being judged, you're being felt. And in today's video, I'm going to show you the first 9 things women immediately notice in older men, whether you're at the grocery store, a business meeting, or just walking past there in a cafe. Because if you understand what she's tuned into, you can stop wasting energy trying to impress and instead start mastering the quiet details that create instant respect, curiosity, and attraction. This isn't about becoming someone else, it's about amplifying who you already are when you're truly grounded. So if you're ready to stop wondering what women are thinking when they look at you and start becoming the kind of man who already knows, let's begin. Sign number 1: your posture. Is he grounded or collapsing before you ever speak? Before she ever hears your name, she watches how you carry yourself, not just how tall you are, but how much of your height you actually own. Do you walk like a man with intention, or do you shuffle like someone fading into the background? An older man with straight, grounded posture doesn't just look strong, he feels strong. His spine is aligned, his chest relaxed, his shoulders back, but not forced. He walks not with arrogance, but with ownership of his space. Why does this matter? Because posture is primal. It communicates dominance, safety, health without saying a word. A man who is look overhead, down, chest collapse, it sends the signal: I've given up. Buddha man who walks into a room like he belongs there, he silently tells the world, I've survived and I'm still standing. To a woman, that's not just attractive, it's reassuring. Number 2, your eyes. Does he see room or seek approval? A woman can tell who you are from your eyes alone. It because of color, not because of shape, but because of stillness. Are your eyes darting, scanning, avoiding, or do they rest calmly with awareness? An older man with steady, relaxed eyes communicates to critical traits Self-rest and emotional composure. He doesn't stare, he doesn't look away too quickly, he sees and then lets go. This is where many men fail. They confuse eye contact with aggression, but true masculine eye contact is anchoring, not piercing. When you can look at her without flinching and then calmly turn your gaze elsewhere without needing anything from her, you've already said more about your power than 1,000 words ever could. Sign number 3. Or what is it? Rooted or rush? She hers. Sound of your voice before she even processes your words. Is it calm? Is it slow? Does it carry depth or desperation? A mature man's voice doesn't rise and fall with emotion. It stays low, relaxed, and measured, not because he's trying to sound cool, but because his nervous system is under control. A rushed voice says, I'm trying to impress you. A calm voice says, I'm already enough. Your voix is your frequency. And when it's grounded, clear, and hurried, she feels it not in her ears but in her body. Sign number 4. Your hands. The silent story of your masculinity. You may think women didn't notice hands, but they do more than you could ever imagine. Not just their size or shape, but how they move. Are they shaky? Are they fidgeting? Are they closetite, restless? Or do they move with ease, with slowness, with capability? Your hands tell her how you might hold her, how you work, how safe or dangerous it would feel to be close to you if you do nothing else. Start being aware of what your hands are doing when you're not thinking. Hands that move with relaxed certainty are deeply attractive because they tell her, I've been through things, I've handled things, and I don't need to show off about it. Sign number 5. Your presence in silence. How do you exist without speaking? This is one of the most powerful things women notice, and it separates mature men from insecure boys immediately. How do you exist in a room when you're not the center of attention? Do you fidget, interrupt, fill every gap with noise? Or can you sit back, still, alert, relaxed, and let the world come to you? This silent presence is where true masculinity lives, not in domination, beauty, and containment. A man who is calm, insolence, who listens without needing to respond, who observes without trying to obscene. That man is rare, and women feel it instantly. He doesn't chase attention, does he? Already has his own. Sign number 6. You're grooming. The discipline instantly registers. You don't need to look young, you need to look intentional. Women notice everything: the neatness of your beard, the shine of your shoes, the way your shirt fits your shoulders, the scent you wear, subtle or overwhelming. An older man who has disciplined grooming habits is sending excellent signal. I respect myself, and when you respect yourself, he feels safe respecting you. Your grooming isn't a boutigo, it's about self-command. It shows you take care of the things that matter, and to her that means you'll take care of her too. Sin number 7. Your boundaries. She feels them without you saying a word. A man with weak boundaries is transparent. She can feel it instantly that you'll drop everything for her attention, that you'll abandon your time, your values, your frame just to make her like you. But the older man who has clear and spoken boundaries, he radiates respect, peace. He's not mean, he's just unavailable to anything that doesn't tail in with who he is. She notices when you don't respond to every message instantly. She notices when you say no calmly. She notices when you keep your commitments, not for her, but for you. That's not just attractive, it's magnetic because she's not used to it. Sign number 8. Your interaction with others. Social gravity over social performance. How do people respond when you walk into a room? Do they straighten up? Do they greet you with respect? Or do they ignore you? A woman watches how other men treat you, how waiters react to you, how younger people speak around you, and she's not looking for popularity, she's scanning for gravity. If you move through the world like a man who commands attention quietly, she sees it, she stores it, starts wondering, who is this guy? Leadership is never about being the loudest voice, it's about being the calmest presence. Size number 9. Your emotional stillness. Can he be trusted with mistorm? This is the ultimate. She's watching how easily you get rattled, how reactive you are, how quick you are to get offended, flustered, or dramatic. If your peace can be stolen by a comment, a delay, a rejection, she never opened her world to you. But if you stay centered, if you can hold yourself in uncomfortables, if you can sit in chaos without becoming chaotic, then she knows you're not just a man, you're a fortress. Because every woman carries emotional weather, and she's silently asking, if I fall apart, can I hold it together? If the answer is yes, you become the rarest kind of man beyond she desires and respects. Now you know before you ever open your mouth, before you smile, before you speak your story or offer your best trait. She's already watching, feeling, sensing who you really are behind the mask, behind the clothes, behind the age. And while you might have been taught to speak louder, try harder, or fake confidence, the truth is the most powerful men don't try at all. They don't chase attention, they don't perform for acceptance, they didn't disguise their age, their voice, or their presence, because they know a woman doesn't fall for the man who talks the most. She falls for the one who says the very thing without saying a word. It's In the way you walk, it's in the pause between your words, it's in how still you remain when other men are scrambling for validation. And if you've recognized yours in these 9 signs, or if you know see where you've been giving away your presence too easily, then you're already ahead of 99% of men. Now the question is, will you sharpen these traits? Will you become so grounded, so steady, so rooted in masculine calm that women can feel your presence, that these can you enter a room? Because when you do, you won't need to impress, you won't need to convince, you won't need to compete, you'll simply be, and she feels safer with you than she does anywhere else. So if this video gave you insight into what really makes older men undeniably attractive, tap that like button now. It's more than just a click, it's your way of saying it. Choose calm over chaos, substance over and was. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to Stoic Paradox Bus. Here we don't teach tricks, we reveal truths about masculinity, about power, about how to move through this world like a man who's done the work and no longer needs applause. To feel complete, drop a comment below. Which of these 9 things have women noticed about you without you realizing? Or which one are you committed to developing this year? Remember, you don't become irresistible by being the loudest man in the room, you become irresistibly being the calmest. You don't need youth, you need presence, and presence comes not from performance, but from peace. This is Stoic Paradox, and this is your reminder you were never too old, you were just too distracted to realize she's already noticing of everything. Now become the man she's silently hoping you already are. Until next time, stand tall, breathe deep, and move slowly, because when your energy is unshakable, she feel it even from across the room. Stay calm, stay grounded, stay undeniable.